And 1, 2, 3, please don't blow up. Guys, I made a big mistake.
This video is brought to you by Sportland. Quality, integrity, and tradition.
We got a call on a Manitowoc Ice machine that is not working. Bin is empty. So let's hop up here and see what's going on. Open this guy up. It's a little dirty in here. Customer says it's been down for a couple days. And we've got this right here. I believe that's the LIMONITE thing, I think. And then it says that there's an asterisk. Long freeze, long harvest. So let's go ahead and clear all. Menu. And hit the start button. And see if anything happens. So we're dumping. So the water pump starts on this one. And the dump valve opens up right here. So it's actually dumping the water down the drain. So it starts flowing over the evaporator, but then it'll slow down. Come down here and you can see it's just dumping all the water out. So that's normal, it's a purge cycle. And then what you should hear in just a second, as soon as it's gone through its timed dump cycle, or you know, it could, I don't remember, I think it might use the float too. Okay. So now the valves have all opened and our compressor should be turning on. And we should feel a temperature difference on the evaporator. It's a pre-chill where it's filling with water. If you go into here, sometimes you can get it service and then data, real-time data, time and temperature. Okay, you can actually see what mode it's in. So it's in a pre-chill mode right now. And that means that it's pre-chilling the evaporator and the evaporator is not getting cold at all. So I think we need to jump up onto the roof, but it should be pre-chilling the evaporator to try to prevent slush. So that way when the water pump does turn on and start running over, it doesn't slush up as bad. So this is our condensing unit and it is not running, and it should be. This should be running right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up the electrical panel and we'll start checking some voltages, see what's up here. This is the newer Indigo Next model, so it does not have the COM wires. The old ones had the thermostat wiring coming up. That could be a problem. Looks like we got a little Black Widow right here too. It says, hey bud, let me do my thing. Who cares how much a bite from one of those hurts? Not that I'm gonna do it, and obviously they can be poisonous, but who cares, like, does it really hurt, or is it just like a pinch and then you're screwed? Oh, check that out. Compressor contactor's pulled in. That or it's stuck, and we're not getting anything. I wonder, yeah, I'll get my meter out. Let me get rid of that Black Widow first though. Okie dokie, so Black Widow has been eradicated. And we're gonna go ahead and check some voltages here. Coming in, 203. 203, this is a three-phase system. 203, now going out. 102, that's a problem. 203. 83. We lost a leg here. Well, no, we didn't lose a leg actually. Well, we have an issue. Let's check across the contactor. 120 volts. 0 volts. 0 volts. All right, this contactor is pulled in. We should not have a voltage drop across there. And we're measuring 120 volts right here, meaning that this is not making a good connection. We are single phasing that compressor. Yep, compressor's nice and warm. Let's go ahead and get the top pulled off and have a look at it. Now this contactor is a little different, okay? If you look, the coil voltage on the old one is on the top, on the new one it's not. So we're gonna swap the cover around, but in order to do that, this piece is a little long right here, so we gotta cut this shorter because it won't safely fit down in there properly. So we're gonna go ahead and trim it real quick and then get that right side up. Let's have a look in here. It looks like spider got in there. Yeah, it's the spider. That's what happened. Spider got into the terminals. I know it's hard for you guys to see. It's right in there. There's what's left of the spider. So that was the problem. Now, question is, will this compressor restart? More than likely, I think it will. See how warm it is. It's pretty warm. It might be on lockout. Let's go ahead and test to see if we're on lockout right now. So I pulled the condenser fan motor wires off, put my meter on tone, continuity, okay? And we're gonna check to see if the thermal overload is open in the compressor. So load 1 to 2, you get 1.32 ohms, 2 to 3, 1.32 ohms, 1 to 3, 1.31 ohms. So we're not off on lockout, thermal overload. It does have a lock or a overload inside the compressor typically. So let's go ahead and get an amp clamp on this guy, just for giggles, to see how it reacts when we apply voltage. And 1, 2, 3, please don't blow up. Yeah, that's not good. What happened here? Something happened. I might have screwed something up. Did I fry something? I'll have to look and see if I screwed up the wiring or if something's bad. That's one of those moments where it blew up, right? Guys, I made a big mistake. I made an assumption and I wasn't thinking straight, okay? I made the assumption off of past experience, and this kind of stuff does happen. It's my own fault. The customer will not have to pay for this. But basically, I fried the contactor because I put the wrong contactor in. It's a 24 volt contactor because the old Manitowoc Indigos were 24 volts. This one is the new Indigo Next, and this is a 208 volt contact. So that is my bad. I will correct it real quick. It won't take me long. I'll go get the right contactor and we'll put it in there. So it happens. I screwed up on that one, but you know, I'll just eat the contactor, no big deal. All right, now I got the right contactor in there. It is a 208 volt contactor. I'm a little worried though, and I'm wondering, well, let's turn it on and see what happens. Oh, I think we tripped a breaker. Now, what is going on here? Let's check voltage. 202, 203, 203. All right, well, yeah, that was a screw up, right? What I ended up doing was had the wrong coil voltage. Stupid me. Went ahead and put a new contactor back in there with the right coil voltage. The one that I put in was a 24 volt. This is a 208 volt. But not only did I change the contactor, I also changed the time delay relay, because the time delay relay is wired into the coil voltage. And here's what I think happened. Because there was such a high current when we tried to pull that in by applying 208 volts to a 24 volt coil, it actually fried the time delay, because this is only rated for 1 amp. And it was running higher than 1 amp on that initial startup. So that's my bad. Again, no charge to the customer for that. Put the right contactor in, put a new time delay in, and we should be good to go. Now I need to go downstairs. I had to go pick up the time delay, so I need to go downstairs and make sure all is well. Turn the machine back on, and then we'll come up here and make sure that it starts up. All right, well, I powered it back on downstairs. So we're gonna turn this on. And guess what? There we go. Now it's running. So it's a fan delay because it has a fan cycle switch. So when the fan cycle switch senses that the pressure's high enough, it'll turn the fan motor on. So we're waiting for that. There we go. And it's normal for the fan to cycle on and off throughout a normal cycle depending on the ambient temperatures. It's basically set up. This is 404A, so it's set up to maintain, I think it's like 275 to 200 head pressure PSI, somewhere in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the side panel back on and then put the top on, and then we're gonna head downstairs and do a quick cleaning on the ice machine.
And we put it into the cleaning cycle, and now we're pouring in some of the Viper Nickel Safe Cleaner, and then we're just gonna let it cycle through and then break it down.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull all the spray rails and everything out, give them a good rinse. I already ran ice machine cleaner through the machine. So we'll give everything a good quick little rinse and wipe down, and then we'll watch it make ice after that. So these spray rails are always a pain to come out, and you usually grab the thumb screws with some pliers and pull. But you can solve that by putting some of the silicone grease on there, food safe silicone grease from Refrigeration Technologies, and that'll prevent them from being so difficult coming out. So when we're assembling it, we'll make sure we put that stuff on there. As I'm doing these, I like to pull everything out all the way. And like I said, I already ran cleaner through it, so now we get to take them all, scrub them down, pull the water pump out, disconnect everything, get underneath here. And again, I'm not doing like a crazy cleaning, but I'm just gonna do a quick little scrub down, get the majority of the nastiness off. This machine actually is not bad at all. So see, the most important things for function of the machine is the water level probe, the ice thickness probe, and of course the water pump. You don't want it to be completely gummed up, but you can see there's some surface stuff on there. If you're doing crazy cleanings, you can pull the dump valve out too, but I don't see the need to do that right now. It's always important to pull the spray rails apart because you get little boogers in here of slime and different things that block off the water flow, and that will definitely affect the operation of the machine. So again, like I said, this is really not a bad machine, but we'll get it all sanitized and cleaned up. A lot of people forget about like the drain pan, the bottom side of it. That's actually where like health department will see, and it wouldn't even really affect operation, but that's where restaurants get in trouble, because when they look up into the bottom of the machine, they see the drain pan. So scrubbing that down, working our way through all the parts. Well, I couldn't just do a quick cleaning, so I did a proper cleaning. Still got a few things to wipe down, but tore the whole thing apart, scrubbed it down inside, all the parts, panels, and everything. So we're just assembling it now. The food grade silicone grease, just to put a little bit on the O-rings, rub it on there, and it'll make your life a lot easier. Same thing with the O-rings for the water pump too. After we get it all assembled, you gotta add sanitizer to the machine and let it go through a normal clean cycle again. So we're stuck in a 30-minute clean cycle. I'm gonna let the sanitizer run through it and sanitize all the parts that I touched and everything, and then we'll watch it make ice when I'm done with lunch.
So I don't want to make light of a mistake. Mistakes do happen, but I don't want you guys to think that like it's okay to make a mistake every single day. We still have to try our best, right, to make sure that we don't do things like this. Obviously, if I did this every day, it would start to eat into my profits from my business, okay? So, but I think it's important to leave the mistakes in the video so that way people can understand that, you know, they do happen, and hopefully my mistake will help you not make the same mistake, okay? But it's inevitable that every once in a while, everybody has a mistake. Everybody has a callback. It's just, you want to do the best to try to eliminate these ones. Now, I was able to recognize why I made the mistake and how I made the mistake, right? Because the previous model machine had a 24-volt contactor. So I made an assumption. And you know what they say about people that assume, right? So I made an assumption and I was incorrect, and I corrected it right quick, okay? But after that, you know, we went ahead and cleaned up the machine. It was empty. So at first I wasn't going to do a crazy cleaning on it, but I was like, man, the bin's already empty. Normally I have to schedule this stuff. I might as well just knock it out, right? So I went through there, cleaned the machine, and all was well. The machine is operating properly. You know, that's all we can do. I really, really appreciate you guys making it to the end. If you haven't already, please check out my website, hvacrvideos.com. We have merchandise available. It's a great way to help support the channel. And as we're coming into the holiday season, if you guys are interested in purchasing any HVACR tools, do me a favor and check out truetechtools.com. I have an affiliate program set up with them. If you use my offer code at checkout, so put all your items in your cart, hit checkout, and then down in the bottom it says offer code, or you know, whatever, discount code or something like that. Put in my offer code, big picture, one word. on almost all the items on their website. There's a few that it doesn't work on, but almost all of them, you'll get an 8% discount, and then I get a small commission from that sale, and it helps to support the channel. Okay, that's a great way. Any other ways that you're interested in supporting the channel? Well, the easiest way is simply just watch the videos. Really, just watch the videos. That's really simple. If you want to support it monetarily, PayPal, Patreon, YouTube channel memberships, there's links in the show notes of this video on how to help out with any of those ways. But again, I'm so thankful for all of you. I really do appreciate all your feedback. Let me know. I mean, have you done something like this? I'm really curious. Let me know in the comments, okay? Thank you so very much, and we will catch you on the next one.